It was mid-October, and the constant Oregon drizzle had trapped me inside my apartment for 3 straight days. To pass the time, I was endlessly scrolling through Instagram, posting mundane stories of my cold coffee, my cat lounging on the rug, and the dim streetlights outside my living room window. My name is Julian Vance. I had a modest, public account with a few hundred followers, mostly old high school acquaintances and local college students. Late that Friday night, a new follower notification popped up from an account named @watching_J_Vance. The profile picture was just a solid gray circle with 0 followers and 0 posts. I almost swiped it away, assuming it was a bot, until a direct message arrived less than 10 seconds later. The message contained no words, just a precise set of geographical coordinates. I copied and pasted the numbers into Google Maps out of mild curiosity, expecting it to point to somewhere in the middle of the ocean or a random forest. My heart dropped when the red pin dropped directly onto my building's exact address, complete with my specific unit number tagged in the secondary address line. I stared at the screen, feeling an immediate chill coat the back of my neck. I convinced myself it was just a tasteless prank by one of my friends who knew my address. So I blocked the user, locked my front door, and went to bed. The next morning, I woke up around 8 to the sound of steady rain tapping against my bedroom glass. I grabbed my phone from the nightstand and opened Instagram out of pure habit. My heart skipped a beat when I saw 3 new follow requests, all from variations of the same handle, @watching_J_Vance_1, @watching_J_Vance_2, and @watching_J_Vance_3. Even worse, each account had sent a fresh message request containing a single image. I opened the first request, expecting an internet meme, but the room seemed to lose all warm air when the image loaded. It was a clear, high-resolution photo of my apartment building's front entrance, taken from across the street. The terrifying part wasn't just the photo, it was the timestamp visible in the bottom corner of the image, showing it had been snapped at 3:14 a.m. that very morning. The second photo showed my specific balcony, taken from ground level, looking up at my 3rd-story window. The third image was a cropped shot of my living room, captured through the gap in my blinds while I had been sitting on the couch the previous evening. My hands began to shake as I realized someone had stood out in the freezing rain, silently watching me through my windows while I innocently scrolled through my phone. By Sunday evening, I was on edge, constantly checking behind my curtains and double-locking every window in the apartment. I had reported all the accounts to Instagram, but the platform's automated system kept responding with generic notifications saying the profiles didn't violate community standards. Desperate to distract myself, I agreed to meet my friend Marcus at a local diner downtown for dinner. The diner was packed, warm, and bright, which gave me a temporary sense of relief from the paranoia that had been consuming my thoughts. As we waited for our food, my phone buzzed with an Instagram notification stating that I had been tagged in a new photo by an account named @J_Vance_Diner_notes. I slowly tapped the notification, feeling a heavy dread sink deep into my stomach. The post was a fresh, unblurred photo taken from the back corner of the diner, capturing the back of my head, and Marcus sitting across from me. The caption simply read, "He orders the double cheeseburger with extra pickles every time he gets scared." I hadn't even placed my order out loud yet. I had only mentioned what I wanted to Marcus in a hushed whisper 2 minutes prior. My gaze frantically swept the crowded restaurant, inspecting every family, couple, and solo diner sitting at the surrounding booths. But everyone seemed completely absorbed in their own private conversations. I slammed my phone face down on the Formica table, and told Marcus we had to leave immediately, skipping dinner entirely. He looked at me like I was losing my mind, but the sheer panic in my voice convinced him to follow me out to the parking lot. As we walked briskly toward my car, another notification chime cut through the silent night air. This time, it was a short video posted on a public story that tagged my handle. I hesitated for a moment before pressing play, holding the screen so Marcus could see it too. The video showed someone walking behind us in the dark parking lot, recording our backs from just 15 feet away as we hurried to the vehicle. The heavy rhythmic sound of the stalker's breathing was clearly audible over the ambient sound of distant traffic in the background. Whoever was filming was walking on the wet gravel without making a single crunching sound, moving with an eerie, unnatural stillness. The video ended right as I reached for my car door handle, followed by a text overlay that read, "You shouldn't run, Julian. It makes the air taste like fear." Marcus grabbed my shoulder, his face completely pale, and told me to get in the passenger seat while he drove us straight to the local police station to file an official report. The police officer at the front desk was sympathetic, but after looking at the screenshots, he explained there was very little they could actively do. Since the messages contained no explicit threats of physical violence, they couldn't track the IP addresses without a formal court subpoena, which could take weeks to process. I returned home feeling completely unprotected, the walls of my own apartment now feeling more like a cage than a safe haven. I decided to make my Instagram account strictly private, changing my password to a complex string of numbers and enabling two-factor authentication. I thought locking down my digital footprint would finally grant me a layer of security, but I was tragically mistaken. Less than an hour after setting my profile to private, my phone began to chime continuously with dozens of rapid-fire notifications. A private group chat had been created on Instagram, and the administrator had somehow added me to it, despite my security settings. The group name was my full legal name, middle included, followed by my social security number's last 4 digits. Inside the chat room were 20 accounts, all using my old profile pictures as their profile avatars, spamming the exact same message over and over again into the feed. Private accounts just mean we play inside. I tried to delete the app entirely from my phone, but as I pressed down on the icon to remove it, my screen suddenly froze and turned black. A few seconds later, the device restarted itself automatically, bypassing my lock screen password and opening directly to the Instagram camera interface. The front-facing camera was active, showing my terrified expression in real time, framed by the dim light of my bedroom lamp. Text began to type itself across the bottom of the camera screen, character by character, as if an invisible hand was operating the keypad right in front of me. "Nice bedroom curtains, Julian. The navy blue really hides the dust on the sill." Panic seized my chest as I stared at the screen, knowing for a fact that I had never posted a picture of my bedroom setup online. The text continued to generate on its own. "Check your direct messages. I left a gift in your archive." My thumb moved reluctantly, clicking on the Archive Stories tab that had been private for years. There was a new saved story draft that I had certainly never recorded myself. Opening the draft revealed a 10-second audio file of me sleeping peacefully in my own bed, recorded from the corner of my bedroom at 4 a.m. 3 days prior to any of this starting. I couldn't sleep that night. I sat in the center of my living room floor with an aluminum baseball bat resting across my knees. Every single light in the apartment turned on. Every minor noise from the building, the settling of the wooden floorboards, the hum of the refrigerator, the wind against the glass, made my heart race uncontrollably. Around 3 a.m., my phone buzzed again, resting on the floor an inch away from my leg. It was a new livestream notification from a fresh account named at Julian_Vance_live. Against my better judgment, I clicked the notification to view the stream, desperate to figure out where this person was broadcasting from. The screen showed a pitch-black environment, illuminated only by the faint green tint of a low-light camera lens. The streamer was moving slowly, navigating through what appeared to be a tight, narrow wooden crawl space filled with exposed insulation and thick cobwebs. The audio picked up low, raspy breathing alongside the muffled sound of a television playing in the background. I froze instantly when I recognized the distant TV audio. It was the exact late-night true crime documentary I had left playing on low volume in my own living room just moments ago. The realization hit me with the force of a physical blow. The person streaming was inside my building, operating from the maintenance crawl space directly above my ceiling or behind my walls. I watched the phone screen in absolute terror as the camera slowly panned down toward a small air vent built into the floorboards of the dark space. Through the thin metal slats of the vent in the video feed, I could clearly see my own living room floor, including the top of my head and the baseball bat resting on my lap. The stalker was looking directly down at me from less than 4 feet away, positioned right above the center light fixture. A new comment appeared on the live stream from the host account, reading, "Look up and wave for the camera, Julian." I slowly raised my eyes to the ceiling vent directly above my head, and through the tiny metal openings, I saw the pale reflection of a pair of wide, unblinking eyes staring right back down at me. Before I could even scream or move away, a long, rhythmic tapping sound echoed from inside the plaster wall, directly behind my back, matching the cadence of a notification ping coming from my phone speaker. I scrambled to my feet, dropping the baseball bat, and bolted straight for the front door, not bothering to grab my keys or shoes. I slammed through the hallway, threw open the heavy main exit doors, and ran barefoot into the pouring rain toward the main street. I ran 4 blocks without stopping until I reached a 24-hour gas station, where the night clerk let me sit inside while we dialed 911. The police arrived within 10 minutes, taking my statement seriously this time, due to my sheer state of distress and the visible evidence on the live stream recording I had screen recorded. 2 armed officers accompanied me back to the apartment complex to conduct a thorough sweep of the premises. They accessed the building's utility closet and found an unlocked access hatch leading into the narrow ceiling spaces above the top floor units. Inside the crawl space directly above my living room, the officers discovered a makeshift setup, a sleeping bag, several empty water bottles, portable power banks, and a high-powered camera lens pointed down through the air vent. However, the squatter was nowhere to be found. They had slipped out through an emergency fire exit before the police could establish a perimeter around the building. The police impounded the equipment, but no suspect was ever formally identified or apprehended in connection with the incident. I broke my lease that very afternoon, packed my essential belongings with the help of 3 friends, and moved across the state to a new city, opting to rent a room under a completely different name. I permanently deleted all my social media profiles, traded my smartphone for a basic flip phone, and strictly avoided putting any personal details online ever again. For 6 months, life returned to a fragile sense of normalcy, though I never stopped looking over my shoulder whenever I walked down the street. Then, last week, an unexpected package arrived at my new physical address, dropped off in my mailbox without any postage stamps or return label. Inside the plain brown envelope was a single piece of paper with a printed screenshot of an Instagram registration page. It showed a new profile created 5 minutes prior under my current, private legal alias, featuring a profile picture of me sleeping in my new bedroom, taken from the angle of my closet door. The caption at the bottom of the page was simple, clear, and haunting. Did you really think deleting the app would make me go away?